Hey guys, welcome back to the wood shop. Today, this video is going to be a little different in the fact that I feel like I need to add a warning about it. Now, like a lot of you guys that may be watching this, I post a lot of my projects on social media, different groups, woodworking groups and that kind of stuff. But I always have comments no matter what. Especially on something like this. So that's why I wanted to give you a forewarning. If you are the least little bit offended by any kind of religious things, you can see the cross here. These are praying altars. I just wanted to say if you can't get past the religious aspect of it, I ask that you maybe not watch the video. I just put this out here for woodworking purposes, not necessarily trying to cause controversy, because that's definitely not what I'm going for. Anger and hate, that's definitely not what I'm about. Just showing the woodworking side of things. But a lot of people get offended by that, and so I wanted to just let you know I'm not forcing this down your throats. If you want to watch, great. If you don't, that's fine too. But either way, we're going to be making 4 of these in this video, so you'll see these from start to finish, how I got them done, and I've got an order for several more of these. But regardless, you can see it now. It's naturally almost finished. I do have to finish up the top. But anyway, if you want to see how these turn out, how they go together, just stick around. stuck with me this far in the video. I appreciate that. We're moving right along here, and I'll show you in just a moment here. I've got 4 of these made up, and I've got an order for 3 more of these. That's why I'm making so many of them. Hopefully some of you at least enjoy these. But you can kind of see here, I don't have the top on it, of course. I've got the Bible cubby here, the holder. I got the braces, the stretchers, and I made on these particular ones, just to get them done quicker, I put these blocks in here for a couple reasons. For strength, for one, and for another, this will give me something to screw my top to so you're not seeing screws visible on the top. But it makes it really strong too, as far as, you know, tying each corner together. So I was going to show you my process for adding, scoot that back here where you can see it, for adding these crosses. And each one of these, sometimes I get different requests. These 4 all have requests for the Bible cubby. The next 3 I've got on order have the crosses on both sides. And so the first thing I wanted to do here is show you, I'm using a pin nailer, and on these I'll say if you try something like this yourself, just get the pins that are a little longer than the cross, you know, depth, because, you know, believe me, I know I've shot some of these and not thinking about it and punched through to the backside. So that, you know, was a quick little lesson. But my quick method for attaching these, I don't know if you can see that very good on the camera, but I've got a stretcher here. I'm thinking that's, yeah, right at 3 inches. And so what I'll do with the square here, it's going over just at the bottom of the 3 inches down here where it meets up with this shoulder, and I allow that to be the top as far as alignment across. And then I measure side to side here, and this particular one is around 10 inches. So that'd put your center mark at 5 inches. Of course, this is 1 inch wide, and so that'll give you basically about 4.5 inches on each side. So I set it for 4.5 inches. I'll line it up square with the bottom of that stretcher, and that's the top of where my cross goes, and then I come down here and line it up too. And I'll just show you a quick little demo of that. I'll say it's a, I don't know when the video will be out, but today is November 13th. And it is a stark difference to what it was last week here. Last week I was running around a t-shirt in the shop. Today I've got the heater going. It's very cold outside. Okay, then I scoot on down here, line it up. This compressor may come on, and if you've seen my video where we tested this compressor, you'll know it's a little loud. So here is the centerpiece. And on this one, I just usually put a few dots. I don't want the entire back covered in glue, just enough to hold it there. More than anything, just so I don't get a lot of squeeze out, because it's kind of hard to clean off around here. And if you do get a little squeeze out like I've got right there, this little glue brush, I think this particular one's from Rockler, just got a flat piece on one end. You just take that, scrape it. And we're not putting any type of stain on this. Usually I can leave these bare. Some people want to stain them. Some people like to leave them as is. But usually what I do when I do that, I put a coat of wax on here. Just more than anything, as far as a little bit of protectant, not a lot, but it brings out the grain and that kind of stuff. So let's attach this centerpiece here. That should be good for today. I've got the others made up here. I'll stop the camera and then show it again when we get over there. Yeah, that's how I attach these things. And easiest method I've found so far. So as you can see, I've got these 4 made up. And I made these crosses out of cedar. I've got them next to the heater right now, just more than anything, just helping this glue when it's super cold like it is right now. This glue does not like to dry like it should. It almost turns to powder. So having this heat on here is going to help that dry. And I'll give it a little bit. We'll shut that off and we'll call it a day in the shop. But you can see this is kind of the last step right here. This is the tops. And I've not finished those yet, but I've still got to cut them to length and router the edges to add a little chamfer and screw those in, and pretty much we'll call this one wrapped up. So we're at the end of this project, guys, and so if you've stuck with me that long, I appreciate it. I've got these things done, as you can see here. I did add just a really light coat of wax because a lot of people want to leave them natural or something like that, and at least if nothing else, the wax will protect it just a hair. We attached the tops here. Nothing fancy there. The main thing, like I said, the reason I wanted to show this second video in this part, because the first one was very similar, I wanted to show you this, the Bible cubby here. And of course this can be changed to suit your needs. If you wanted to make something like that, it doesn't necessarily have to be religious, although this one is, like I said, meant to be used as a praying altar. And if the subject matter is not your taste, hopefully if nothing else you can appreciate the woodworking that went into it. Either way, we're at the end of the video. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.